Hey, what is up guys, you got Gypsy and we are back here today with another Borderlands 3 video. In this one I'm going to be showcasing how my GammaVore God Flak build solos Wotan The Invincible on Mayhem 4. So this is 4-player difficulty, Mayhem 4. And before we jump into the footage, the gameplay, I'm just going to break down the build. For those of you guys who missed my last video, make sure you go and check it out, as I'm going to dive really deep into the build of the GammaVore Flak build that I've created. But we're going to switch things up slightly through this boss fight. We're going to be using some different weapons. Mainly, we're going to be making use of the Brainstormer and the Cutsman to deal as much damage to Wotan when he's behind his shields with the Brainstormer, and to melt through his armor pool with the Cutsman here. I do interchange to my shock Cutsman as well during the footage in the first stage, just to quickly melt down his shields quickly. But once he gets the yellow shields up around him, I'm forced to use the Brainstormer to get past, to shock the adds that he spawns during the fight and bypass his shields. So these two weapons are what we're going to be using for the most part. As far as shields go, I've been using this stopgap. Shout out to my man Rakk Attack for sending me this stopgap with a particular anointment that I was looking for. You can definitely use the transformer as well. This is what I was using previously, but I felt for this kind of build where I am using my pet to draw the aggro in the fight, and I'm running around, sliding around the map and taking out Wotan, that these stopgaps in vulnerability phase for 5 seconds could be really crucial. In case I do get hit with a barrage of missiles, the transformer won't really protect me there. So you could certainly get any type of stopgap. It doesn't have to be anointed with the additional elemental damage after action skill end, because you're going to really be dealing the bulk damage with the Brainstormer and the Cutsman whilst Gamma Burst is active. But it is a nice bonus if you do have to shoot when Gamma Burst does wear off. As far as class mods go, this is an interesting one. So this is the class mod that I was using in my build video, where I was showcasing how the build functions, particularly using the Maggies and the Becca. But for this fight, I tend to switch it up to this prideful Red Fang here with the Hyperion crit bonus when I'm using the Brainstormer to strip the shields. When I've dropped the shields, you're going to see me switch to this particular Red Fang here, which has SMG, bonus SMG damage, a little bit of health regen, but that bonus SMG damage is just going to bump up the power of the Cutsman, letting you shred through his armor just that little bit quicker. In terms of the Relic, I'm going to use the Victory Rush here with the snowdrift prefix. This is going to allow me to speed round the map, and I think the speed is really crucial in this fight, because the amount of adds that are spawning in, we are actually going to be taking out most of the adds. We're going to be letting them spawn in and focusing on Wotan, and being able to have that movement speed around the map is pretty crucial to get away from all that fire and to allow your action skill cooldown to refill while you're firing off GammaVore procking Brainstormer shots. So a really good relic that I like to use. Obviously you could use others, you could use a Deathless if you want to bump up your shield to the max, but I feel like this Snowdrift Victory Rush is overall the best choice. It does also come with bonus magazine size, which is pretty important for the Cutsman. It means I have to reload less, and it has the action skill cooldown rate, but action skill cooldown rate doesn't really matter when you're using the Brainstormer with head count and GammaVore, so it is just a nice bonus. As far as the grenades go, I'm using this corrosive on end anointed grenade here. I don't use the grenade at all, I just use it for the corrosive elemental damage on action skill end. But like I said, we're really going to be doing most of our damage whilst Gamma Burst is up, so it's just an extra precaution that you can take. So that is going to be the gear. In terms of skill choices, this is going to be identical to the previous video that I put up on the channel, where I actually showcased the build in the Trial of Cunning. The only difference is that I'm switching a point from Pack Tactics over here into Shared Spirit. I'm also switching some points, taking some points out of Who Rescued Who and putting them into Hive Mind. This is going to actually distribute some of the damage that Flak takes while Gamma Burst is up to the pet. At all times really, but Gamma Burst is going to be most of the time that the pet is active, because it's likely to die outside of Gamma Burst because of the amount of damage that this raid does do with a solo player. So having that shared damage, as well as the 50% damage shared when Flak's health is low, is pretty great, because while Gamma Burst is up, the pet cannot die, it's invincible, so even if it's on 1 HP it can't die. So you can distribute the damage away from Flak, just in case you do get in trouble. When you couple that with a stopgap, it makes for some pretty nice survivability with Flak here. So you'll notice I'm not using the Great Horn Skag, which I did use in my previous video. For this boss fight in particular, I'm going to be using the Scorcher for that bonus 30% elemental damage, which is going to really benefit the Brainstormer and the Cutsman. So that is going to be the difference in the skill tree and the build. In terms of gear, this is my Guardian rank, and for the video I'm going to showcase my Mayhem modifiers at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and yeah, drop a like on the video if you did. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more of these builds to come, and I'll catch you next time.
Now that is definitely your target! Light that giant bastard up!
What the hell happened? I like you when you ring. Takedown in the service of death herself.
Brilliant work, Vault Hunter. That ass kicking will make Maliwan think twice before they come at us again.